Hello, hello, hello. Hey everyone, what's going on? You are listening to the Playing On Podcast. My name is Carl Markowski, and thank you for joining me once again. This episode is brought to you by Dr. Paintball, drpaintball.com. If you head there, you can find all kinds of used gear, new gear, paintball info, and we are teaming up, Dr. Paintball and the Playing On Podcast. And if you buy anything off of drpaintball.com, they will throw in a free gift. And what is cool about Dr. Paintball is that they will help finance any of the gear on the site for you. So if you're looking at a new marker for the new season, they can help you achieve that. So I thought that was pretty cool. So a big thank you to Dr. Paintball. You might need a promo code for Dr. Paintball. It's PLAYON, PLAON. Play on. Put that in at checkout at drpaintball.com, drpaintball.com, and get your free gift. So that's just for all the Playing On Podcast listeners. We are also brought to you by Charm City Paintball, who I've been working with, and we have the pack bands out. If you get a hold of me on all of the online platforms, I have pack bands available. And if you head over to Dr. Paintball on Facebook or Instagram, he has all of the headgear that he's made, the headbands, the head wraps, all kinds of stuff. But check him out, Charm City Paintball. Pretty cool stuff, all high quality. Everything's low run, so it's all limited runs too. So it's very, very, very cool. We are also brought to you by Carbon Paintball, where we have the base layer that is out, which I wear the tops and the bottoms. There is also an SC pack that is out, the CC pack. So the SC pack is the one that you actually has the pump that conforms to your back, and the CC does not, but it's same straps, same. Well, I guess there's no straps in there because it's strapless, but all the same materials. It just doesn't have the pump in it. But we also have new products out, the whole CC line: gloves, pants, jerseys. But then also we have the thermal pods that actually change color when they get too hot. So if you guys have any questions about that, or your team is interested in representing Carbon, which we are always willing to help teams out and represent teams, you can get a hold of me at carl@carbonpaintball.com. And if you guys just go online and you go to the website carbonpaintball.com, if you type in the promo code capital TPOP at checkout, you will get 10% off your entire order. So that is very cool. So either way, get a hold of me, use the promo code, and get yourself some Carbon gear. And we are also brought to you by Planet Eclipse. And the cool thing about Planet Eclipse is they've been around forever, but they've been making the coolest markers on the planet. And I've been mentioning this in the latest podcasts that I've had, and it's the GMAC. It's the mechanical frame for the G-Tech that I've been seeing all over the place. I've been seeing people use them in mechanical tournaments, just random paintball. Period. They've been using them, but along with that, I mean, they have excellent and above the awesome mark on the marker scale are the Planet Eclipse markers. Check them out. I've been shooting them for years. This past year, I've shot the LVR, the limited series LV1 marker, and it's been amazing. It's shot lights out the entire year, and I couldn't be happier. I can't wait to see what they come out with next year, and so I get my little hands on it and shoot it for next year. So thank you to Planet Eclipse and all of our sponsors for this episode. Getting into this episode, it's kind of something that Mark and I have done throughout the season, is kind of do a World Cup recap. I've been wanting to do this a little bit closer to the end of the event that we had this past World Cup, but with busy schedules and life itself, I haven't really been able to get out and get a hold of Mark and actually get together and sit down. just because he's local, I really don't. I like the face-to-face conversation. Honestly, I would like to have the face-to-face conversation with every single person that I interview. I feel like the atmosphere is better, and the connection is better, and the conversation itself. But it is what it is. I'm not made of money, and I live in Ohio, and everybody else lives everywhere else. So. But this episode is with Mark Schulte and myself talking about World Cup and all other kind of paintball topics. All right, here it goes. Enjoy. Vibrate? I forgot to put mine on vibrate.
I don't know.
Just in case.
It says it is.
What's up, man?
What's happening?
I feel like it's been forever since we did an event recap.
It has been forever. What are we about? What did we say? I just said a month past the World Cup. We're a little late. We're delayed.
A little late.
That's okay.
I mean, as long as we get it out, right?
Yeah, better late than never.
Better late than never. So a lot of stuff.
Unless you're talking about your wife being pregnant.
a lot of stuff has been happening, and has happened. Actually, one thing that I haven't really heard is too many roster switches, like guys being added or taken from rosters, or
which is surprising because I just saw a thing the other day. The NXL was like 89 days till like the first tournament last week or something. It's not. It's the first weekend in March. It's not that far. It's less than 90 days.
Do you think the season's too long?
As far as the length that it spans or the number of events?
The length that it spans, because I think there should be more events. But my whole reasoning behind that is because I feel like if you're going to have a season that is from the beginning of March until the beginning of November, there should be more than 5 events in a season.
But do you think they space them out that way on purpose to make it financially capable for these teams that fund themselves? Like, it's easy for a team that somebody bankrolls with $1 million budget to, we're going to play all 5 of these, and we're going to go over to Europe and play 5 of these.
Play the NXL Europe.
Yeah, play NXL Europe. But at the same time, I don't know. I think that's why they're spaced out. To try to space them out is to make it easier on, financially on these teams, because it's a very expensive endeavor. I mean, I probably pushing $2,000 into World Cup with practice and everything else.
Yeah, see, and they're also, I guess they're also giving people time in between the events for the double practices on the 2 weekends and everything like that. But I don't know. I just feel like I wish there were more events. I kind of go back to when there was the NPPL and the PSP, and you were playing just all kinds of crazy events.
There's a lot more sponsorship money then, and people were able to, teams had more money to, to be able to justify and play like that, though. Like, you could play both series, and, a lot of teams did it. Like, they played both.
Yeah, I was talking to, shout out to Mike Bruno. He told me to give him a shout out, but I was talking to Bruno right before we came down here, and he was like, oh, yeah, back in the day, he was playing for incentives that he would get more guns or whatever it would be. But that was also a very well taken care of team back then. I mean, it's just like when I first got on Excessive, I could walk up to the JT booth at the time, as long as I was wearing my Excessive gear that I was initially given. If I needed anything, I can say, hey, I play for Excessive. Can I get that or that or that or that? Well, what do you want? I was like, well, I need this. And here, just take all this. And they'd hand me a box full of stuff. But now it's like, it's very not much like that anymore. But I mean, I can go to GI and get a lens if I needed to or anything like that, or if my pack is ripped or anything. But
it's not just a pile of stuff. Yeah, here you go. Here's more. Like, oh, I need that too. Like, here we go.
The purse strings are a lot tighter than they used to.
Well, some of these teams they wear a New Jersey every event. I swear. They got multiple New jerseys.
AC Dallas wears
event.
a New Jersey about every event. I think Impact wears a New Jersey every event. I've had the same jersey the entire season.
Yeah. And to put that into correlation, when you think about, I mean, you can't even compare the amount of money like involved between like this and like NFL football. But I watched an interesting documentary about the equipment managers and the people that are behind the logistics of an NFL football team. And the guys the equipment managers will bring a new pair of cleats for every player to the game. And those players usually start the game with a new pair of cleats. Some don't for superstitious reasons, or they don't like the way a new pair feels.
Sure.
And they'll in their player bag will bring like a practice used pair of cleats. Hockey players do the same things. So like in the NHL, very common to start the game with a brand new stick, and then have like a fresh, lightly used one to back it up. Like that's what I would do 100%. Like a lot of people don't understand that, but hockey sticks whip out. Like the more you play with them, every time you flex a graphite stick, you break down its ability to snap back to where it was. So like if you a perfect world and you're an athlete like that in the NHL, like you're gonna have that. Like it's not like it's different. And you see these guys with like new paintball guns. There's no advantage to having like a new paintball gun. I'd rather have an old paintball gun.
I'm a big believer, and I think they break in as the season goes on.
My M2 with 70,000 shots on it shot absolutely phenomenal compared to the way that it shot, on day one.
I think mine broke into 40,000.
Ooh.
I could be completely lying because I think last time I checked it was only like 28.
Isn't it crazy that if we went to M4 pod, everybody's guns would be that low or lower? Maybe it would help the resale market.
Do you think that's going to kick off? I don't know if it's going to kick off.
It's not going to, but I wish it would because I don't know.
Yeah.
I think of like our 10-man finals game at World Cup. Like it's just stupid. Like you just go and sit in the zones and just spray paint, and then everybody's out of paint, but nobody wants to move, and a game goes 10 minutes and goes to the time. Like that's just dumb.
So, but what is the fun part of 10-man? Is it like just the atmosphere of the 10-man? Is it I don't know, because I obviously don't like shooting a bunch of paint either.
I like that there's just so many people to shoot, and it's exciting. I like when there's people watching.
That's like a double-edged sword, though. There's like so many people that you get to shoot at.
They're shooting at you, though, too.
But it's like...
a lot of people shooting at you.
But then it's also kind of like long. It's like, talking about our 10-man, it's like that's one of the reasons why I wasn't able to play our finals match. Our finals game is because, the game before us went to time, and now that's another 10 minutes, and then we got to play another 10 minutes, and then there's this, and there's that, and there's this, because everybody's, nobody has to move. Everybody can just shoot as much paint as you want, and there's 10 people on the field.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I like 10-man. It's fun, but it's also has that feeling of, oh my God, between games, you got a half hour, 45 minutes in between games. And
I don't like that. That's the part I don't like. Like, I wish there was a way to like speed that up. And I don't know how you do it unless you bracket it it's no different than playing 5-man, right? It's a game, and then you sit off there and wait, or like the way 7-man used to be. You go back to your little pit tent and you wait and wait and wait, and then you go to your field, but then you realize that they're 50 minutes behind, so then you go back and you wait some more because one field will be 20 minutes ahead in the MPPL, and then the other field was 50 minutes behind, and it's just a mess. And I just wish you could play more, like 10-man's a blast, but 10-minute games and 10-minute games are long, I think. Like, I mean, if I think about our finals game, like they didn't even move. They ran to their bunkers and just sat crossed up in zones and just shot their gun. They were like, it's like they were playing for a tie almost.
Speaking of, since I wasn't able to watch the finals match, what happened? I heard what happened, but you tell me and the paintball world.
So there was a what I would consider very controversial ref move that involved me and I believe it was JJ and Mike from Aftershock. Nobody even shot at me.
So who
running to my bunker?
Who'd you play?
We were playing against the Trade My Gun. I think they had Heat guys and Trade My Gun guys.
That's right.
Yeah. So nobody even shoots at me. I run straight at this ref laying down. I shoot inside, shoot outside. Like, nobody even shooting at me. Kneel down, stand back up, look back inside. And there's a perfect, like, you just kneeled on a paintball mark. Like, little tiny paintball-sized mark on my knee. The ref looks at me. He's watching me. Like, if this would have hit me, he would have ran over to me and called me out. Mm-hmm. but nobody's even shooting there. And to shoot at me, they would have a shoot right over his head. I don't know who this ref was. I don't know anything about him. He runs up, calls me out on it. Clearly, like, Helen Keller could have seen that this was not a hit, right? And pulls me out. Now that's pushing it. Now where it gets sketchy is he runs by one of the air assault guys to go grab a more forward guy and grab JJ wearing his Aftershock jersey.
And air assault was the team that we were playing for.
Yeah. So he runs by one of the other guys to go make sure he pulls JJ going up toward the snake side and pulls him out on a minor, which makes no sense because if he watched it strike me in the knee and I played on with it, that's a major. So right there it got real sketchy. And then that same ref went from that position all the way. I'm up the middle toward that. I was right before that crack pipe thing, like they're calling it. The new bunkers. We'll probably get to that. And he goes and he calls Mike out on just absolutely blatant bunker rub on his loader. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, I even told the head official, I was like, I understand everybody's got friends and all this. I was like, but this was straight up like bullshit.
So did Mike do one of those things where he doesn't touch his loader and he walks into the pit area and he has you guys look at it and everything? And
I was showing him on my knee. I was like, what? I was like, is that a hit? Is that a hit? Everyone on the sidelines is like, no, it's not a hit. No, it's not a hit. I was like, I know it's not a hit because nobody shot at me the entire game. I'm just like, it was just unbelievable. I guess I was just disappointed in. It was, and
because of all that, then what happened? Did time run out?
Time run out, yeah. They didn't play. The ref gave them a 3-body advantage, but they didn't push the field at all on it.
So they didn't even know. Or, they
knew.
They might have knew, but why wouldn't they try and take advantage?
They pulled me, JJ, and Mike basically right off the bat, the 7 guys.
Were you guys all on the same side?
Yeah, it was all on the snake side. I was at the middle, and then he ran all the way over and grabbed JJ out of the snake side, and then got Mike in the snake corner because he was hobbling because he couldn't really run. His knee was hurting him.
So if in
to
10
me,
man,
it was the official 100% trying to influence the outcome of that game.
Yeah,
that's why I was hot. I come off of there and slammed my mask down. I was pissed.
Throwing a little hissy.
I threw a straight up hissy because it was not. It's not right. It's bullshit.
Yeah, and the thing is, you'll never know.
Yeah. I knew.
Well, you won't know for sure.
Yeah.
You can always assume, but assume.
Assumedly.
So you guys get 3 guys pulled on the penalties or whatever, and then time runs out. Does it matter, because I'm not up to date on the rules of 10-man, does it matter how many guys are left on either side?
No. It could be 1 on 9 if the time runs out.
That's right, because the last event before that, we played Distortion, or we played somebody, and
it was Trey My Gun then too.
Yeah, and then and Ronnie was in the corner and fought off like 5 of you guys.
Yeah,
but time ran out, even though we still had a body advantage. What was that for? Was that matter. One for? First
that was to play for first. And then we played for third and won that.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't remember who we played though.
Fucking Ronnie Dizon.
I'm
gonna have him on the podcast hopefully here soon. He's in Russia right now.
Jesus, trying out for the Legion.
I don't know. I think he was over there with Mishka from. I think they snowboard over there. They have snow.
They have mountains.
But anyway, let's get back.
Time
runs out.
It goes into overtime, which, according to the rules, I guess in 10-man, overtime is 1-on-1s, 2-minute 1-on-1s on the 10-man field. You either shoot the other guy or hit the buzzer, either one.
They should do it to where if it's overtime, take it to 5 minutes and 5-on-5.
Yeah.
And then
the 1-on-1 was stupid.
Then if there's a tie again, see, you have to make it to where if the tie, there can't be. That's the thing. It's like you make it to where if you have more bodies alive at the end, I feel like you have the advantage. Like obviously you didn't shoot anybody, but the objective isn't really to shoot everybody, right? It's to hit the buzzer.
But then if that was the objective, then it would just make the game even worse than it already is. Because then you just you'd sit back even more and just you'd never gunfight. There'd be no advantage to gunfighting. There'd be no advantage to nothing. I think you should play 10-man with gotta hit the buzzer or you both get 0 points.
Negative points.
Negative points if you don't. Yeah.
Oh.
-5 for the buzzer. -5 to both teams if nobody gets the buzzer.
We were just talking about this at work, of talking about how we both enjoyed the idea of the point system from NPPL, from the 7-man, of where, you know, you got points if you had bodies alive, you got points if you had bodies shot, you had points if you pulled the flag, if you hung the flag.
Yeah, first pull was like a 100-point system. First pull got you like 50, hanging it got you something. So there was an advantage to get to the flag, right? But I don't know. But anyway, back to the 10-man overtime one-on-one.
Keep getting up.
So, we're kind of like doing the. There, I don't know how they really did the decision, but the trade my gun guys, they went with little Ronnie Dizon, which strategically, I mean, he's a small target, he's fast, right? Great paintball player. That's a good choice. So we go with our secret weapon, JJ Williams.
He raises his hand in the circle.
Yeah, he goes, "Put me in, coach," and we had faith in JJ.
He's a good one-on-one player.
He is a good one-on-one.
Honestly,
player.
like I was doing, and you were there, and
he was whooping your ass.
Yeah, he was kicking my ass in one-on-ones.
Yeah.
I was coming back.
It was still like 6-3.
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. I was coming back, but no. He's a really good one-on-one player, and when I heard, at least before I heard the whole story, when I heard that he was going to play the one-on-one, I was like, okay, yeah, JJ for sure. Yeah. I don't see.
We're gonna go JJ, then we're gonna go LJ. That was, I mean,
there you go.
If we had to go to the next one,
I would have went last.
Yeah, I wouldn't have went.
So what happened?
It started. They got like. JJ did a little stealthy thing where he laid down, so like Ronnie couldn't see where he was, and then right at the last second he popped up at the start box, and they both took off to the Dorito side together, which had a bunch of bunkers. It's probably the smart way to go. And they both took off to the Dorito side together, just kind of shooting, and they're kind of just both like trading paint, like spraying paint. Like it wasn't even like really like to a bunker yet.
It wasn't really a gunfight. It was kind of just.
It wasn't even really a gunfight.
It was like a corner to a corner kind of thing.
And then it was just like pop, right, and there went JJ. There's a great photo of it.
The aftermath of it? Yeah.
He's just like... That's life. That's the way it goes.
It is.
Can't win them all.
Win or lose. Win or learn.
I would never be mad. Win or learn. Yeah. I would never be mad at him. He made a good choice. He was a good choice to go out there.
Yeah.
Try to get it done. Did better than I would have done.
Also, speaking of 10-man, on the new fields, or on the 10-man field was the new bunkers.
The new bunkers were out there.
What'd you think?
And they were pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I was playing them. I was running to them on the break up at like the 40, and then I'd go around there. I was just chopping the snake up from it, and then I think it was interesting because it's not like, I think on a 5-man field, it's not going to be the kind of thing you can spread them out, do whatever, but it's not going to be the kind of bunker that you're just guaranteed to get to.
Mm-hmm.
Like the wall is like straight red carpet, you just run right there. But like we talked about that, I don't think in a national event I got shot going to the wall ever this year. I'm pretty sure.
I did.
I got shot with guys going like running straight through like once I got there, but I don't think I ever got shot going to the wall.
I think I got caught a couple times through the windows, just I think from guys stepping out and then over to it.
That's what I'm saying about the
like
offset.
first ball kind of thing.
The offset W changes how those window shots are, and it really can change. And then if you get a taller guy on the other end, he shoots back and can drop the balls through the window like right on you.
So what do you think is going to change with these new bunkers now? I mean, obviously there's no wall that's left, but do you think it's going to slow the game down?
Probably, yeah. Because I think, it's going to change the game because you're not going to have this like power bunker in the center of the field, and you're going to have. I mean, they're going to be good bunkers. Like they were great bunkers on the 10-man field. Like I shoot the snake, I shoot across field. Like
that's also the 10-man field.
Yeah, it's very. I mean, I think it opens up. Like I love that 10-man field, like the one that we played the open on, because it was wide open. It's 10 guys, and you're staring across the field at 10 other guys. Mm-hmm. Like you can see the whole dead box, and I hope they do a lot of that. Like you can put a bunker in the middle, but I like when you're running out and they're running. Like there's guys running everywhere, and
you can
like,
see all of them turn and start shooting and everything. Yeah,
you can like put some sort of like, you can get an idea to keep track of. Like 10-man, you lose bodies. There's nothing you can do.
Right.
Like you can't communicate the position of every single person. I go to my bunker. I try to communicate with the guy closest to me, letting him know. Like usually for me, like it was, I'd get into that I'd run straight to the 40 on that 10-man field, and I would be shooting at the snake side, shooting inside, communicating with the guy in the snake, like what he sees across the field. That's about all I really have. And then it's like, well, then what do you even call the bunkers? Like, there's so many bunkers. I'm like, I don't know what to call these things. Like,
yeah, we were talking about this too a little bit. That I watched a video on YouTube of a lower divisional tournament with the new bunkers on the field, and I mean, even those guys were playing it fairly slow.
Yeah.
I mean, not saying that they didn't know how to play the bunkers yet, but I mean, a bunker's a bunker, right? I mean, you're gonna
need to bring it back
to
to
learn how to play it.
They need to bring it back to where it forces people to be able to gunfight and have gun skills. Because I mean, there's some of these people just like sit in their bunker, they make these moves and like sit in their bunker. Like I seen these guys on the 10-man field, like they're just shooting people out of their bunkers. Like they're not even. I mean, they're sitting there cross field, and you put them in, and then they just sit there, and then they'll try to come out again, and like you just shoot them. Like I don't.
You know who I was impressed by that was playing with us at 10-man was Harrison Fry.
Yeah, he's a good player.
I thought he was making some decent moves down that D side. And as far as making decent moves, is he was shooting and moving when he needed to, right?
Gotta just go. Yeah.
He never seemed like he was very content at staying in a spot and shooting a bunch of paint in a lane because he could.
I don't even like doing that. It's boring. I used to like doing that when I was fat. Now I'm just tall and fast, so it's more fun.
I mean, sometimes it's needed, but it doesn't mean you have to enjoy it. Some guys do. Some guys like this whole nostalgia of just shooting and looking cool as they're shooting their gun.
I like shooting people. That's like in the one on Saturday, because I didn't have to play on Saturday. Because we advanced straight to D2 and semi-pro went straight to Sunday.
Yeah.
So there's no Saturday. So I played on the amateur 10-man for AAF. The first point I played over there, I shot 5 guys out of the snake. I was in the snake corner and I shot 5 guys, and we still lost. Not sure how the math works on that, but.
Oh yeah, I mean
it did.
It'll figure its way out.
That was a heartbreaking loss. And then, of course, on Sunday when we had to play our first playoff round for that, it decided to rain all over us. And
if you had the secret weapon, it might have worked.
Yeah, I will eventually have the secret weapon.
Hopefully, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Someday there will be a secret weapon for that.
And you can take it on the field.
What?
Maybe. So, that was 10-man.
Oh, yeah.
How did you guys do in divisional?
I believe
you can pick that up if you want.
I believe we took 6th place. We lost our second match on Sunday to NRG Elite, who ended up winning the tournament.
Did you guys make it into Sunday convincingly?
I wouldn't say convincingly. I mean, we went 3-1. Yeah. I mean, we had a bad start, but I think we played well. We definitely played well on Friday.
Yeah. So you guys played on Thursday.
Played Thursday and Friday. Yeah, we played well on Thursday. We just figure it out. I don't know.
So why is it always you guys start a day early at World Cup? Is it because there's so many teams?
There's so many teams. Yeah. You just need so many fields. I mean, it's just not enough. There's just not enough room to get everything going. But then, we didn't even play on Saturday because you had so many 5-man games and so many D3 and D4 X ball. They took 32 teams in D4 X ball
into Sunday.
And it's Saturday.
Oh,
yeah. Top 32, then top 16, then quarterfinals.
Mm-hmm.
So they took a lot of teams. So that's why D2 and semi-pro don't have that many teams. You had 40 teams in D2. They took 16. No, took 12, I think. Top 2 from each bracket.
Yeah, I wish we could have had a better event. I wish I could have had a better event. I didn't feel. And I think I was telling you this even before I got to the event, that I just felt off. That I just didn't feel. Something felt off for me.
I mean, I didn't practice the first weekend in Chicago, basically. I didn't even get to play. I was having that foot issue. So I basically just watched, and then I practiced the next weekend, but we didn't really have we had DZ All-Stars came out and played with us on Saturday, and then we kind of threw together some squads to run 5v5s on Sunday in terrible weather both days. It's just that's the nature of Midwest paintball, though.
Well, and I'm not trying to throw any excuses out. I had a weird. My body felt weird. My mind was weird. I don't know if it was pressure or I don't even say it was pressure. I mean, I go to every event like it's every event. Yeah. Like I've been doing this for a while.
For me, I mean, I've had events this year where I didn't feel like I was as on, but like for me at World Cup, like for the points I did play in X Ball and then in 10-man too, I was just like my gun was just on. Like I was shooting people. Like when there was guys to be shot, I was shooting them. That's just.
We had like complete opposite days. I feel because. Like, I would come to you and be like, dude, I just didn't, it's not on today. And you'd be like, I was doing great.
Yeah, it's like I couldn't fucking miss. I was just shooting, like, it was just stupid.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I felt. Like,
yeah, I mean, I had 2 good practices. The 2 practices that I had before the event, I thought went really well. But for some reason, just wasn't clicking for me at the event. I don't know. I mean,
that's what happens, though.
But that was just World Cup. I mean, all the other events, I felt fine. I felt like, it was another event. And then this comes around, and of course, World Cup. And I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's really hard to explain. And I know other pro guys would be like, it's all, it's mental. People tell you this and that. Like, I understand. Like, I know that. I understand.
But is it really, like, I don't know. When you get to that level, like, it's the same old same. I don't know.
It gets very repetitive. I mean, you have to get into a mindset. Right? I mean, you have to get into a mindset, but it's not like it's not a fucking secret.
Like they love to say, like, they'll be like, oh, playing in his first NFL game. Like, I could see maybe that would get to you if you were like a quarterback or something. You're out there kind of, but if you're playing in your first NFL game as a D back, like, yeah, the guys are gonna be fast. And you're going to have to do your job. But then they're like, well, this stadium and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, but you're in a stadium with 70,000 people in it. This kid played at Ohio State. Like, he's used to playing in front of 110.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, then there's that too.
I've been to NFL games, and it's the intensity and the energy at an NFL game from the fan base is not like it is when you go, like, I'm an Ohio State fan. Obviously, you go step into the Horseshoe, and Ohio State's playing Michigan in the Horseshoe. I'm sure it's the same way at that school up north. Like,
mm-hmm.
It's it's totally different, just like hockey. Like they talk about, a team comes here and they play like back when Bowling Green State University, where I'm like going tonight, like when they used to play in the CCHA and like Nebraska Omaha would come here. Now they have a Big Ten hockey conference, so they don't play them anymore. Nebraska Omaha has like a 15,000 seat arena that a place that like dwarfs the Huntington Center. And they fill that place up.
Yeah.
So Columbus got the Schottenstein Center, but I mean, they don't fill it up. Like, but what do you do on a December 8th night in Omaha, Nebraska? You go watch hockey because there's nothing but cattle feedlots and there's one sketchy Walmart. I've been there. Like, that's it. Like, it's
to that Walmart or Omaha?
The Walmart in Omaha. And you probably been there, didn't you? Didn't they had an NXL or they had an MPBL event there?
Yeah, we won it
in Omaha. Yeah.
No, there was
Wasn't it in Omaha?
No, it was a PSP event.
Was it a PSP event? I don't remember which one it was.
Yeah, we won it with Avalanche.
And but yes, like I mean, like those kids. By the time like a kid ends up at that level, like you're used to it. I mean, think about it. You go from watching semi-pro paintball to then they people watch the semi-pro and then they go up and you'll go to the play at the pro. I mean, don't get me wrong. You think that when little Colt steps out on that NXL field and there's a million people chanting his name and like there's tons of people watching, you think it doesn't get to him a little bit? It gets 10 years old. Yeah, it gets to him a little bit. Still play like a little beast, and he's gonna play pro someday.
Well, everybody has that inexperience in that time before you actually know what it's like.
Yeah.
And then once you know what it's like, you know what it's like.
Yeah, and then you're and it's when did you see that? That was straight Puma reaction. I was just like,
I think you had your eyes closed when you did that.
I might have. I sensed it going and I grabbed it. Oh.
But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about because it's you don't know the feeling until you're there, and then once you're there, you know the feeling.
Yeah.
And I think all the guys that play for Aftershock know that feeling now, what it's like to play on the pro field, you know, and going back to the semi-pro teams, how many semi-pro teams, and I'm asking this because I genuinely don't know, but how many of the semi-pro teams play pro teams or have the opportunity to play pro teams? Because I'm pretty sure DMG does.
I would they practice at that Capital Edge.
Yeah.
That's Dave Baines Field. They practice Impact. I mean, at probably every event.
And you can't tell me that is not an advantage.
That's 100% beneficial. Yeah. 100% beneficial.
And Dave Baines is their coach, right? Isn't he their coach?
Probably not.
I thought he was. Maybe just funds the team. I don't know. I know they play at his field.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Capital Edge.
And play
Paintball Park.
Impact.
Yeah. And play Impact. Yeah.
I think they played. Didn't they play Impact? On the World Cup layout.
Yeah, there was a video.
Yeah.
I'm sure they play them every layout. Like, I mean, it's no different than Shock Semi-Pro Team. And look at, I mean, they did well this event. They are right on the cusp of, like, you know, being the next. I mean, next year would be big for them. Like,
Yeah.
I got a good feeling about it. Or you look at DZ All Stars. Like, they're a great team, great group of guys. Like, I love practicing against them because we've kind of had like shoddy practices all year. I feel like.
I wish I knew more about them. I feel like being
That's why
from
you need
Ohio.
to have Josh Lemon on here.
Yes.
He'll tell you all about it.
I need to.
He's.
I need to drive him over.
Yeah.
Have a face to face.
He totally would.
They're out of Cleveland,
I
right?
guess they have a sleepover.
Or-
yeah. He lives in
yeah.
Akron. So I think like half of them are in Pittsburgh, half of them are like, I don't know about half. I don't know. Josh is from Akron.
But they play at Drop Zone,
Yeah.
and that's what, like 2.5 from here.
Not even 2.5.
No?
And it's an easy drive because it's right down the turnpike. That's like 10 minutes off the turnpike. We went there that one day, remember?
I think I was sleeping.
Probably.
Some of it.
That would make sense.
But no, but that was fun. That was real fun.
Yeah, they got a good field over there. Dan bought that field. I think it was like the start of this year, and I mean, they got a good setup. So
Is there an indoor facility over there somewhere?
no, there's nothing. We have like no. I mean, you have so indoor. I know Action, whatever, up by the airport, Detroit. They have like a little tiny indoor.
Mhm.
Joe has. It's not regulation. Joe and Tony Angeleri, Lone Wolf Paintball. They have
Lone
Wolf Paintball. They have. They have an indoor. It's not. I know they just bought a new bunker set for their outdoor and moved their nice outdoor bunkers into their indoor. Their white and red outdoor ones that they had.
They're doing well.
Yeah, they do real well.
They're doing well with their YouTube.
They got a
too.
great business.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mark makes sweet videos, and they just put a lot. I mean, get good subscribers, make a lot of
man.
content.
Yeah.
Keep making content, and then you have Chris Dixon. I think Chris Dixon crew in Flint. I mean, they have. I think his field is regulation or very close to it. If not, I mean, we practiced there before World Cup last year.
It's just so tough with indoors, man. It's so tough to have a perfect indoor without such high overhead because
The bunkers don't stay put.
the
You
bunkers
can
don't
complain
stay-
about every indoor.
You got to find that. You got to find good lighting. You have to clean the field constantly. I remember there was a field in Chicago that ended up getting like black mold or some shit like underneath because what they would do is, I think,
Wash it,
yeah, where they
hose
go
it.
and they hose it down, but then the drainage system was shit.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's just sitting there and it's just.
Yeah, if you wanted to do it right. So I actually got to see. I always wondered this because I was thinking about like the field at Level Up really needs like pulled up, regraded, drainage put in. I was wondering. I was like, how do they build these actual fields? So like I got to see a field in construction when I was at the Pro Football Hall of Fame 2 weeks ago, last week.
They're building it right behind it, right?
Yeah. So my high school played in the Division 5 state
I
championships.
meant to ask you about that. How they do?
They lost on a fumble in overtime.
Oh.
Yeah. Tough loss. Fumbled on about the 3-yard line in overtime to a loss. Not good.
No.
But they were building these fields, and they actually so the field is dug out about 4 feet, and there's like these large dome-shaped drainage tubes that lay down the length of the field, and to create airspace, and then they fill it with rock, and then fill in, and then put the turf and everything over top of that setup. So that's what like that limestone and these tubes that create these big air pockets allow it to drain and dry out
Like hyperbole tubes?
extremely fast. Kind of the same kind of concept.
Yeah.
Taller, more arched though. And I was like, oh, that makes sense because that's how like that field you could just rain and rain and rain on. It doesn't hold any water. Same with like if you think about Fifth Third Field, you know what did AJ tell us? It's 14 feet below the river. That's why there's 3 ginormous pumps that we get to work on there to drain that. But it could just pour down rain and the water's just gone. Like it just drains away because if it's built right from the get-go, even an outdoor. That's the thing I like about turfed outdoor. Is no matter what, it's at most it's just wet. It's not muddy. And in the Midwest, that's important. Like I mean, our World Cup practice it sucked. Like the weather was crap, you know.
Well, that's what's tough is it's expensive.
Yeah.
So not only getting the turf is expensive, but then also doing all that drainage.
Oh, if you wanted to put in that proper drainage, like that, where it'd be awesome. Like you could play on that field night and day, every day, and never worry about the wet. Like nobody would ever be like, "Well, is it going to be too muddy?" Nope, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter. It could be pouring down rain. It's ready to play. If you want to play in the rain, you can play. And because they'll do it in football.
Mm-hmm.
But that would just be extravagantly expensive to excavate that and then, lay all them components down.
That would be ridiculous.
You wouldn't be able to do it unless you were a well-established field and made tons of money. And I just don't think we have that in the Midwest. Like, Southern California is a different story. But they also don't worry about it in Southern California because drainage isn't really an issue. And it's no different than going to a field in Phoenix. Like, the ground's already flat. You just lay turf on it. Yeah, look at Texas. That PB
Don't get me wrong, they get heat, right?
Which
I mean, they
sucks.
have to worry about the heat, which sucks, but at least you get all year round.
Yeah, when they're practicing for World Cup
sunny weather.
and the first event of the year, they're in like prime weather. They did get. I saw on Facebook, one of my friends I went to high school with, though, they did get snow in Houston yesterday.
I saw Colt Roberts posted something, and it was like
It's crazy.
Think
about
white. I was like,
whenever they had the PSP
is
event.
he visiting somewhere?
When they had the PSP
Galveston,
event,
or no, not Galveston.
when they had it in Dallas.
Yeah,
That
I
one was
remember
bad.
that.
And then they had a Dallas one that was snow and everything. But then Galveston,
Normally it's mud.
Yeah.
Lately.
We actually, knock on wood, this year was perfect. Like, when you think about it, it rained in Atlantic City and for a day, a touch in World Cup. Little bit crappy in Atlantic City. But
This year wasn't too bad.
But this year every other event was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
World Cup as a whole was pretty much perfect.
Weather wasn't too hot.
Yeah,
Weather
it was just right.
nice.
I didn't even really get like a sunburn.
Besides
but I didn't
me
really
playing
hang
like
out at the
shit,
field
it was
either.
nice.
I kind of just played or went home. Like, I don't know. I was just there to play.
I wish I would have had a little bit more time, like, because I had my podcast stuff there. I kind of wish we had. It would have went better, I guess. I should say it would have went better if we had a morning session play.
Yeah.
And then I got to do the podcasts live from the field.
The rest, you could have done it all day afterwards. Because that's when everybody's, like you said, that's when it's busy and everybody's there too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then there's already people, filing in because in the mornings,
it's just people coming to play. That's it.
Yeah.
And then it starts getting busy. Like, that's when you play in them like afternoon games. It's cool. Like, especially on like the 10-man, there's tons of people watching. I was like, I'm playing the snake side because there's spectators on that side.
Yeah, there was a good crowd watching 10-man.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit about the guys on the Dorito side. The guys in the pits aren't watching you play. I mean, they are kind of. And that's that cool aspect, like the environment of like the 10-man. Like if somebody gets shot or makes a cool move, like there's always like people like
the crowd.
Ooh, yeah, like happy about it. Like even from the pit side, like that doesn't happen in 5-man. Like you don't really get that. Like.
So speaking of pits, did you see on the pro field how they had the pits at the end?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was pretty neat.
So, I mean, obviously that was because of the way that they did the double bleachers to create a lot of stands. But do you like that better? Like, does it... I mean, that really impedes kind of your way of, like, watching the other end. Even really, like for that instance, like, it really makes it hard on the coach to kind of see
Well,
the
they
other
had that
end.
area where they can... I think they had the area in front of the bleachers to walk up and down. When the point started.
that.
Yeah, so when the point started... They could walk in front of the bleachers on the one side. Snake side, maybe?
It would have been the snake side if it was the far side.
Yeah, so you can walk from front. I don't know how far, if you only go half or whatever, but... Yeah.
It was a nice setup. I mean, I had the VIP, like the club level VIP or whatever, which was the nice, like the center court, which I don't even think they really differentiated. There was just like 3 VIPs on the other side. And then it was, I don't know, it seemed like a really nice setup. Like I hung out in there and got just in the shade, watched some points and watched the games, and I got to see the live action where you jumped over the ref and Thomas and I got to see that live. It was pretty cool.
I probably should say it again that Thomas did not shoot me. He missed.
Oh, man,
Thomas missed, and then I got shot in the butthole by the guy in the corner.
You can't miss those.
No. I had a
shot
feeling.
in the butthole, like kind of like when you shot. Didn't you shoot Ozzy in the butthole running past him in the snake? Didn't you get in 10-man?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
I
wasn't there. Shot him in the back of the head.
I wasn't there for that because I was playing we had two matches on Sunday morning. We played our first match at 1 and then played NRG, and I wasn't over there yet. And I come over here, and the first story Oz tells me is that you ran him down in the snake and shot him in the ass or something.
Yeah, so I forget who told me, but I was like playing inside the snake, and then I had assumed, again, made a mistake, assumed that Oz was shot because somebody was yelling, "Carl, the knuckle right in front of you." And I'm like, fuck? And right in front of me. So I stand
It's about to
up.
get saucy.
I stand up to go inside, and right when I stand up, I see a guy right in front of me because I didn't hear Oz or anything talking or anything because he was just sitting posted.
That's what he does. He's
And
ready,
I get
just
up
ready
and
to
I go,
kill.
bop, and I take one shot and it shoots him right in like the side of the head or like the ear or something, and I immediately knew that it was him after I shot him, and I kind of stopped and stood in the middle as I got shot, and I was like, oh my god.
That was like when we were playing on the one with the Millennium M's in it. I went like up the middle and over, and I was in the 50 Dorito on the inside of the wall in the snake, and I was like, and I was like in there, and I could feel the wall moving from the other side, and I'm like, somebody's over there, and I just went, Oz. And he just responds in his like his little Brazilian accent. And he was like, yes.
Yes.
And I knew it was him, so I knew it was nobody fucking with me.
You had to be sure on that one.
Yeah.
Which I should have been sure about.
So I knew it was him. I got into that little Dorito and just trashed their entire Dorito side. Because it was like a fortress too. If you got shot out of that, like you were just being stupid because there was like no. It was like the way it sat, like there was no way to get shot.
Mm-hmm.
You were just golden.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, the atmosphere is cool.
I just hate that it made you walk forever and ever and ever. You know how many people I heard complain about that? It's just crazy. And that we made the same complaints last year, every event. Just having to walk so far through the...
So how do you fix that?
A player entrance that lets the players get to the divisional fields
So you don't have to
faster.
walk through the vendor area?
Yeah, because I don't
They obviously
need to
do it for a
walk.
reason, though.
Yeah.
I mean...
But how you can't tell me that the players come in there... Like, I come there, I want to play my games, right? So I take everything. I don't even bring my gear bag in there. I strip it down, everything down to a backpack. Get dressed in the parking lot, down to a backpack because I got to walk all the way. I was playing on the farthest field away that you possibly could have.
So was it possible from the parking lot to have an opening for the players' field?
It could have been 100%.
Logistically,
yeah,
was it
past
possible?
the Mounds field over there somewhere. Yeah, 100% you could have done it. But it's just all in the planning. It can be done.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't want you to. They want you to walk through this whole vendor area. It's like, I'm not on my way to my matches. I'm not going to stop and buy me, like, a pair of pants. Like, I'm just not.
What if you need a pair of pants?
Then I'd come and get a pair of pants. But I'm not going to do it, like, when I don't know, like, when I'm playing. Like, I would already, I come there to play my games, then I'll come back on. Like, I did
You
not
want a
go.
choice.
I went into one vendor booth at World Cup, and that was Carbon. And that's because my stuff was in the back of it. And, like, I'd get waters and stuff. And they're my friends.
Yeah, and Carbon's cool.
And the Carbon's cool. Other than that, I did not go into any vendor booths. I did not look at anything. I take that back. I did go into the dye booth for a second. Because Oz was in there working. I said, I don't know.
Does he work for them?
Yeah. I mean, he's a sales rep.
Wow.
I don't know what that entails. But I'm pretty sure he's like the rep for, like, you'd have reps here that cover regions. I'm pretty sure he's like South America or an area of South America. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure. He definitely was in there, like, working with a dye shirt on.
So every guy who's in the dye booth that has a dye shirt on works for dye.
I'm gonna start wearing a dye shirt and go into the Smart Parts booth
You should wear a dye shirt at the next event.
and go post
If you
up
go,
next to Yasser in the Lux booth.
you should wear a shirt of that booth, of that sponsor or company or whatever, and start asking people if you can help them out in any way.
Just mess with them. Yeah, in somebody else's.
How you guys
booth.
doing? Can I help you out?
Yeah.
You want to look at anything? Do you want to?
You got to go to, like, the Planet Eclipse booth wearing a dye shirt and ask them if they need any help. So you thinking about getting a CS1 today? Got running great deals on this new colorway. I hate that new. They ever see that new word, colorway? That's like everybody likes using that now.
Colorway?
For, like, the coloration of the gun. Like, in 7 new exciting colorways. I see, like, Lux and all these different companies, like, use colorway. I'm like,
How about colors?
color.
Well,
scheme.
I guess maybe they're saying colorway because it's not all one solid color. Now, if you got a black gun, a red gun, a silver gun, and a blue gun, then it comes in 9 exciting colors
new
or whatever.
colorways.
3 exciting colors, whatever you want. But
New ways of color.
now that they're doing, okay, it has a red body, and then it also has orange eye covers.
Yeah. And a salt dispenser
It's
in the
colorway.
back cap.
It has Q-tips built into the grip.
Yeah. So you can pull them out and clean your eyes. Remember when Bob Long put 4 eyes in a paintball gun?
There should be 6.
I think so. Let you know that the breech is clear. Let you know the breech is half full, and then let you know the breech is full.
I would like Planet, for me, like I would like to see, because I know Lux already has like the speaker in there, and the M2 has one too, doesn't it?
I mean, it like beeps
Or doesn't
at
it
you and
talk
stuff.
or beeps?
I don't know. You have the Evoke though in the ear. I never got mine. I still owed that from 2017.
I would like every time I shot a paintball, I would like my gun to go pew,
Could be done.
or pew, 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 pew.
What if we went down to 5?
That would kind of get annoying thinking.
What if we went
that.
down to 5.5 balls a second? Then it'd just be like,
What if we all just shot G-Mex?
I'm down.
I'm down, dude. I'm so down. Koopa Loop.
Koopa Loop. The GMAC could be really cool, and that's a cool idea that you can just drop that on a spool valve, because it's just a 3-way and it just controls where the air goes. A solenoid does the exact same thing. Just
Can't short stroke it. And
I
there's
think
this
you just
whole
shoot it, but-
whole nostalgia thing happening right now of autocockers, and well, I guess it's always kind of been around, but I've never been. I don't know. I've never been into them. I've never been into the different colorways, or just
so many colorways.
the autococker. My bad. The autococker itself, like I've never been into it. It just hasn't been like they're not for me. They're not fun to shoot. They're kind of a pain in the ass to shoot.
And they're heavy and bulky and just not. I don't know. I had an autococker, 2001 right feed. I was like,
You just wanted to do your sound effect.
that's the noise it used to make.
Did you shoot it that fast?
Yeah, probably. I had the die swing trigger on it.
Oh.
I was die back then too.
Yeah.
Who knows for 2018? Anything's possible.
You think Dye's gonna come out with an autococker?
No. They're coming out with a tri valve, like an Angel, tri-tube poppet.
What's their new marker?
DSR.
DSR. That's it.
It's pretty sweet. The day I got to try it out, it was like 30 degrees out, so it wasn't ideal. But
So what's the big difference between that and the M2?
it's got a different bolt engine. I don't think there's not a whole lot. You get a whole lot of difference instead of. So I believe it's all batteries in the front grip, so it's built more like kind of like the concept of a CS1, where the air is not going all the way up to the like an HPR in the front grip like it does on an M2 now.
Is that main grip as thick as the CS1?
Probably not as thick, but it's thicker. It's got a different feel. I mean, it definitely has a different feel, and it feels good.
That's one of the reasons why I like shoot. I mean, the LV series, I think they shoot awesome, but that's one of the reasons why I still like it is because it has that slimmer grip to it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter for you because you have these giant.
I like my
banana hands.
CS1. I like the LV one. I like the M2. The M2 ergonomically, I love the feel of it. Like,
I mean, Dye does not make a bad product.
no, they shoot good, and
They
everybody
look
always.
great. That still boggles my mind that on PB Nation, or anywhere that I see, how cheap they go, or how quickly they lose their.
Yeah, I mean the M2 $600 gun all day long. M2 with MOS air.
And what is their retail?
$13.95 MSRP.
So they pretty much get cut over half.
Yeah, people that try to post them up for $750 get flamed on the internet.
Really?
Yeah, it's just the way it is.
Why can they not hold their value?
I don't know. And then look at the DSR. They release it for $900, and then on Black Friday they're selling it for $700. So now that's a gun that's like no different than a Shocker. I saw Shockers online this morning for $320. Guys selling them for $325, like new. Used to be $800 gun.
Do you
retail.
think the used market is affecting the new market?
Probably not, because there's plenty of people that want to like. I mean, and you want to think like these people like I always said to have the newest like fanciest paintball gun, and they don't
Right.
care what. Like a prime example, like I snowmobile, and snowmobiling is like that's like the big money version of trading in your paintball gun.
Mm-hmm.
Like you buy a $14,000 sled that you ride for. There are guys that will buy a $14,000 sled, ride it for a year, and then trade it in for like $8,200.
Makes no sense to me.
Yeah, it's stupid. My sled. This will be the third. 3 seasons. Will have ridden it. It's probably worth like $6,000, $6,500.
I'm debating on whether or not I want to keep that LVR, or not, keep as in like use next year. Like if that's what.
I would just get another one.
But I don't think they make. I think the LVRs were limited.
Oh,
weren't
the
they?
LVRs were limited. You had to get an LV 1.5. And yours is 1 of 1.
I do like mine a lot.
But you could sell it and get something else. That's what I would do.
Or I could get with aesthetic again and make another 1 of 1.
Something crazy.
Or I can go with vintage and have them mill it all out and everything.
That's what I would do. Even though, like, on an
Machine
LVR,
down.
there's not a whole lot to mill left.
No.
That's
No,
a
that
pretty,
thing's as bare bones as you can
That's
get.
pretty slim. It's a good gun, though. Definitely shoots good.
Yeah.
I like it.
I haven't had any issues.
I was going to play with it, but then I was like, that'd throw me all off. Because remember that day I shot it at Badlands and I was like shooting the sky with it, and it's like it's so weird. It feels so different. It's like, it's like,
Oh, it's like, you know, it's like shooting hot, and then you walk onto the field, you shoot hot, and you go, gun! And somebody hands you something that's 2 times as short or 2 times as long, and you're like,
That's like Brent. He makes all of those aerosol guys, the semi-pro guys,
Shoot
all
same rig?
same exact rig. 68 Ninjas, same Spire 3s, CS1s. Makes them all shoot the same rig.
You know what Bruno was trying to push on us is all of us wear the same headgear and goggles and lenses.
I like it from the standpoint of it could help throw the other team off. But the other team knows, like we play this team, we had this team, we scouted them, we did pretty well scouting, but we knew, like, when this kid in the brown beanie came on the field, he was going to the Dorito side of the W, and sure shit, every time he'd go to the Dorito side of the W.
Well, the thing is too is, like, you walk by.
If he would change his headgear, we would have not known that. It's just some kid. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, like, with me, like, playing against the guys I've been playing for, or against for years.
If you're doing the crossing route, they know, like, where you have to go to the other end.
Yeah, I pretty much know, as far as playing style, as far as the gait that they have and their walk and everything. I mean, I can, like, if Montresor's out there, I know when he's out there, right? If he walks out to the start box from their side, they don't even have to cross.
You can see him walking.
I know it's Tim.
You can see him walking.
Yeah.
That's no different.
I know it's Sam.
They see you. They see Nick walk out there. Like maybe some of your other guys. They see LJ because LJ's got to jump to shoot over an Aztec. Like, you know, like you
Are you a heightist?
Just no, I'm not.
Are you a heightist because you're 6'9"?
No, I put him on my shoulders and he's like twice as tall.
I saw a video today of this kid. I don't know if it was high school or what it was, but this kid, tall black kid, was like 7'9".
That's a monster.
And he was dunking the basketball on, like, his tiptoes.
You pretty much could. I barely have to jump.
It's ridiculous,
to
dude.
dunk a basketball.
I mean,
I can stand basically lock-kneed and basically just jump with my calves and dunk, and one-handed go up and, like, dunk a volleyball. It's nothing.
just smash the rim to pieces.
Oh yeah, I got 27-inch vertical.
You can't check anybody or hip check anybody in hockey, can you?
No, it's old farts league. I'd kill people.
Can you gently move people out of the way?
Oh yeah, there's certain people that I'll check, like the guys that I used to play with and stuff. Like the people that are more my, like, age and skill level. Like, we'll totally like do the little rub out into the boards or whatever.
Did you give a little cross check to the lower back?
Sometimes. A little hack right to the back of the leg. Just,
Do you notice that have you been watching a lot of hockey this year?
No, because I don't get it on my television.
Is it a color TV?
It is colored. Why's it got to be colored? Are you racist?
You just said you didn't get it on your TV.
I
so I
don't.
just assumed you had
I
like
have
an old tube TV.
I do. I have an antenna TV. No, I have a really nice 65-inch smart TV, but I have.
Oh, does it have rabbit ears?
I just have rabbit ears.
Do you have them on top of the TV?
No, they're in the window. Better reception. Because I got brick.
Do you ever get alien calls coming in?
No, I haven't recently. No, the last one was weird. So
Do you
I
believe in
changed it.
aliens?
Yeah. Extraterrestrial life. There has to be. Just the sheer magnitude of our universe tells you that there has to be intelligent life out there somewhere.
How about this? Do you believe that aliens have visited our planet?
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah?
Because there has to be intelligent life out there, whether it's more intelligent than us. Just the odds say that there has to be, right? And it could be totally be more intelligent than us. If it's not, and it's the same intelligence, then probably not. But you don't know how long that a human race, like Homo sapien-like creature, could be living on another planet very similar to ours, but it could have been there twice as long.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's twice as evolved. Maybe it's twice smart. Maybe it died off, like we're probably gonna do. But you know. just destroyed their planet, and maybe then develop the technology. Like right now, we're working on the technology to just be able to inhabit a new planet because we're destroying this one.
Do you want to go to Mars?
I'll go to Mars. Be
Really?
sweet. Yeah.
What's at Mars?
Cooler temperatures.
Yeah.
Sand. Bunch of rovers.
Water?
Apparently, in the form of ice.
I don't know, man. I haven't looked into it too much.
You can make oxygen with that. You could create an atmosphere. It has enough gravity to create an atmosphere.
You think it's stable enough, though?
Probably. I'm down to give it a shot. I think I think in our lifetime, you will see humans on Mars.
Really?
Yeah. 100%.
Inhabiting Mars or
On
tripping
Mars.
to Mars?
Yeah. We will have
day tripping to Mars.
Yeah, landed people on Mars. Right now, the holdback is not necessarily getting them there. It's or bringing them home. It's physically them being able to handle the trip. Because it's a long ride just stuck in a tube.
Yeah, how long is that ride?
I don't know what they said. That's long, though. It'd be like an 18-month mission or something like that, I think it said.
There and back?
I think so, yeah.
Pass.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know.
Supersonic, though. That'd be cool. We could just, like... There's new jetliners coming out that fly New York to like, London in, like, sub 4 hours.
I always think about
Concorde-esque.
this. Do you think that we're ever going to throw the Earth off of its axis or off its gravitational pull to the sun by inhabiting more of the Earth, by reproducing more to?
No, because physics say that wouldn't happen. But could we do other things that would I mean, can we do things that affect the climate? Sure. Like,
so what is being put into
that.
all of these? We're drawing all this oil from the Earth.
Mm-hmm.
What is filling that void?
To an extent, nothing.
See, that's what I'm worried. I feel like we're honeycombing the Earth.
You could be. And it just collapse.
And see, that's what
But you're drilling you're so deep. That's the thing. It's such a structure. It's like think about a cave.
So deep.
Does Mammoth Cave collapse? No. There's salt
they
mines
have.
under Lake Erie. Like, they don't collapse.
What's at the bottom of Lake Erie?
A lot of mud and sand, rocks.
Ships. Old ships.
Some ships, probably. Some artificial reefs where they've sunk like barges and stuff. Walleye, perch, zebra mussels.
Ooh, we have a lot of those.
Gobies.
Yeah.
Smallmouth bass.
How'd we get on this subject?
I don't know. We're talking about the Earth being thrown off. And
what else did we want to talk about paintball-wise?
there was
about
new
Cup?
products. You talked about new products.
We talked about it a little bit.
DSR. You got the GMAC frame, which is sweet. And then you have the
New
GI
bunkers.
is selling it's just a GTEC 160R kind of labeled
GI
for them.
version.
Yeah, GI version. I think it comes with a barrel kit, comes with a nice case, a couple different things, but it's just a 160R and it's through a partnership with Planet Eclipse. It's not like it's not like they were trying to hide it and be like, this is not a GTEC. Like, it's straight up like it's a GTEC.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically a private label GTEC is all it is for GI, which is fine. I mean, I love seeing companies work together like that in the industry. Like, I love how like Vulcan offers the Vulcan player program, and then I know like the GI does it like the all in or whatever, where you can get we can shoot Vulcan paint, but have dye guns and dye loaders, and have a different package. Like, they'll set you up with dye, they'll set you up with Planet Eclipse, they'll set you up with whoever.
Do you think there should be more paint companies? A more variety of paint companies? Because what is there? There's GI.
Well, you have GI, you
Evil.
have you have HK and
So GI, HK,
and Vulcan
Vulcan
are the three that can sell at the NXL events.
and GI is evil.
They have Evil or 4-star, 5-star. They bring you 3 options to the event.
So, but you only have 3 companies to choose from. Well, APX,
That's HK.
is it?
Well, APX makes the paint for HK. I'm almost positive. Don't quote me on that. Pretty sure. They're the manufacturer that's making the HK paint.
I think there
Almost
should be
positive.
more than. I think there should be more of a variety of paint.
Vulcan offers you one thing at the event, which is fine because it always works well. It's always good.
The paint.
Yeah. Little Curly Q on Thursday, our paint was a little sketchy.
Didn't you have a hiccup at the trailer too?
Oh yeah.
A disagreement.
They failed to understand. I get here the same time every day, the guy told me. And I said, I understand that, but the NXL moved the schedule up an hour because the sun is up an hour earlier because of the time change. So when the first games were at 8 o'clock and he got there at 7, that's fine. I could do the same time every day. So when you showed up at 7, there are people. You had teams that had games at 7 because of the time change now, because that's when the light was. Yeah. And then when we were told, if you don't like it, you can go shoot somebody else's fucking paint, that was pretty tacky.
Nice.
I was a little disappointed in that.
Classy.
Yeah. So, it is what it is. Like, I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. Like, it pissed me off. I told a lot of people about it. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's all you can do. It's the same thing. It's just like with anything, right? It's like you get a new product, you tell a few people, or usually if people ask, if you get something that you really like, if people ask, you say something good about it. I enjoy it. It's not like you're going around going, this is great, blah, blah, blah. But if you get something shitty, you will make sure that nobody else gets it because it's shitty.
Yeah. They did it. I read an interesting study a long time ago that said if somebody has a great experience, they will tell one person, but if they have a terrible experience, they'll tell 10 people. Mm-hmm. And it's like, that's the truth. Like, it's ridiculous. I mean, you got to think of that stuff. Like, you're here to serve. You're here like serving these people, and then that kind of customer service is just ridiculous. Like, don't tell somebody, go shoot somebody else's fucking paint, because I will. Like,
well, and that's the thing. It's not like he's a store. No. He's a one. You're a one-time customer for the weekend. Yeah. At that point,
every weekend.
So and you're a divisional player who he doesn't know and doesn't care about,
who represents a field that shoots a lot of their product.
Mm-hmm. But does he know? No.
That guy doesn't, probably. He might, though.
But still, I mean, I don't know.
Just the way we were treated as a whole that day was ridiculous.
You think he would just at least apologize and be like, my bad, dude. Time change. What do you need? Let's get it going. Let's do it.
Yeah, give me paint. I don't have tickets. We'll get you paint. We'll get you tickets, like, whatever. Because nobody's at the booth to give us tickets.
So what's going on for next year? You playing paintball next year?
I don't know. Probably I'm on the fence.
Why?
I don't know. Just not really feeling it.
Not feeling it?
No.
Because you were so geeked the whole season this year. I mean, about paintball in general.
Yeah,
right?
It's just one of those things. I don't know. It's
was it your season? Or was it the team?
I just come back to it. I don't know. I don't know if it's the team. Like, I don't know. I just kind of come back to it, and then it's like, I don't know. And then I got like potential move to Buffalo soon, and that changes a lot of things.
Just a lot of stuff on your plate.
Yeah, a lot of stuff more important in life right now for me probably than playing paintball again next year.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I gotta think about it. But as of right now, I'm pretty set on I'm probably not playing.
Yeah.
Like 95%. But it's a lot of money.
There's a lot of stuff.
A lot of time involved, a lot of money involved. Like, I just got a lot going on, and you got to make decisions. Like, I quit before, was not quit, but I stopped playing before just for I don't know, it was like a break. It was just time. Like, I needed to do something different. And I come back to it, like, I liked it and enjoyed it, and like, don't get me wrong, like, what we do, take like 4 podiums in 10-man, like, it's fun, but if anything, I'd dabble in just showing up to play some 10-man.
It's not a bad gig.
Just eliminate the commitment. Just so much commitment for nothing. It's at the end of the day, it's kind of like you're looking at like, okay, well, I'm sinking all this money into this and all this money into this, and like, where.
So there's the thing too. It's like, you're obviously competitive.
Yeah.
But what is your goal? I mean, it's not. Obviously, you would like to play pro.
Yeah, I want to win.
But, I mean, are you making that decision where you know that you're probably not going to play pro and you just want to have fun at this point?
Probably, yeah. Because one of those things, it's like.
Not saying that you would never not go pro. There's always a chance. I mean,
yeah, I don't have the one. I probably don't have the time to dedicate or commit to. Like, I play on the layout weekends, and like you can do that because like you've been playing for so long and have the experience level to be like, yeah, okay, so I'm gonna play on the layout weekends, and that's pretty much it. We also live where we got to travel to go to any field if it's not a layout weekend either way.
And it's not like we family too.
Back door,
yeah.
So for me, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, I want to like advance. I want to do this, but I want to play on the layout. But I'm only gonna play on like the layout weekends because I got other stuff going on.
See, but how much fun would it be to where you don't have to play on the weekend layouts? You don't have like if you
like
want
if they didn't release the layouts,
you can just call somebody like, hey, are you guys gonna play? You guys gonna play this weekend? Yeah, we're gonna play this weekend. You mind if I come up and play with you guys? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And you show up, you play paintball, you have fun, sweet. And then in 3 weeks you have the event, and you show up on Saturday or whatever, and then you play on Sunday and
just play some 10-man. You could literally just show up, take Mondays off, and play 10-man.
Yeah.
Fly in Saturday morning and fly out Monday morning, and just win every 10-man event.
See, you don't have to quit.
I just play 10-man.
Just play 10-man.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Depends on where life takes me.
Yeah.
Well, I know where life's taking me. It depends on what time frame life's taking me there.
Well, I think I'm almost certain that I'm going to be starting a jiu-jitsu class here real soon and be diving into that whole area. I
might start dabbling in yoga.
I think you were talking to me about that, like hot yoga.
Yeah, hot yoga. It's going to be, I don't know.
I've heard a lot of good things.
I've heard a lot of good things. I know a lot of people really like it. It's 90 minutes, 105 degrees.
I'd try it, that's for sure.
So you got to like it. It's going to be hot. As I said, bring a change of clothes and shower stuff and a towel and all that because I'll be sweating my ass off.
Sweating your ass off. I tried that deprivation tank, the salted tank.
Oh, the float?
Mm-hmm. That was pretty cool. It was pretty intense.
Just float.
Dive into your mind.
And you just float, meta float.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, meta float.
It was crazy, man. It was. I really suggest going out there, and I don't even know if you'd be able to fit.
Probably not. Cross my legs. It'd be like my hot tub. I can't. I gotta. There's a lot of sacrifice that goes into sitting in a hot tub for me because I have to like decide. Do you want your nipples to be cold or your nipple? It's your nipples or your knees. Like you got to pick.
Your knees are icebergs coming out.
I slouch and I get like the knees out. And like because mine has like this bubble lounger, this zero gravity lounger that you lay in. It's got like 50 jets underneath you, and like you float almost like.
I have not been in your hot tub yet. You know how nice that would be, like coming home from a practice or something.
Or like hockey tonight.
Yeah.
Fall asleep in it. But yeah, I like sitting that thing. And you gotta like make a decision, like what you want cold. And you just kind of like alternate, especially on. I mean, it's not a big deal in the summertime. You don't worry about it, but like tonight or when I use it when it's 2 degrees out. Oh yeah, it's intense.
So nice.
And then when you get out, you're like frozen. You instantly just turn to an icicle. You never your hair freezes like solid like instantly.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. I'll be out there like wearing a stocking hat in the hot tub so my head doesn't get cold while I'm sitting in it.
Dude, that sounds so nice. It's so relaxing.
Oh, it's good.
Just chilling. You're gonna find one day you're just gonna come home and I'm gonna be in your hot tub. Like, dude, I had no choice.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Had no choice. Well, I know you gotta get going, man. So
what time do we got?
I think it's 5:49, 5:50.
5:49.
I don't know when you gotta leave.
I have to leave my house by 6:45.
Oh, so you can stay here till like 6:30.
Yeah, pretty much. What else we got to talk about? Pack bands right there. You need to. Get
I do have pack bands.
Get some people buying those.
With Charm City.
Stuff.
I like
Charm City. I got to meet Mike finally. That was great.
I want to get him on the podcast.
Mike would be he'd be a good one.
Do you know that? I don't know if I told you this, but he came from a Jehovah's Witness background.
Yeah, I'm like broke out, like escaped.
He called it a cult, a religious cult.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know too much about it, but
we are Jehovah's Witnesses.
Have you been saved?
Have you been saved? Witness Jehovah.
Jehovah. I don't know that much about the religion or anything.
I know they have a Kingdom Hall in Bowling Green right by the Myers. I used to duck hunt and goose hunt in the field right behind it.
There's a place in Toledo I see every once in a while too.
Kingdom Hall of Jehovah's Witness.
But I'm gonna get him on to kind of talk to him about. He was telling me how paintball got him out of it, kind of saved him from it.
It's cool. Yeah, he makes sweet headbands. I have two of his headbands. And a pack band.
You know, I've been seeing kind of a surge of custom bands coming in.
Yeah, he's been selling. I mean, I think he's been selling a ton of them. They're really cool too, and they're just really good quality. So I think he does really well.
He's a good dude.
Yeah, he's super cool.
Loves the game. Loves what he does. You know, he's a fine
jeweler.
Yeah, a fine jeweler.
That's his like actual job.
I don't know if he's a jeweler or a jewelry designer. I think he's a designer.
So yeah, he does jewelry. I
Yeah.
know that. That's cool. That's a cool gig.
I'm sure I'll get to know more once we do that podcast.
I got my pack band hanging from my carbon pack. I wore a carbon pack the whole time. I was told that our team was difficult to film because we didn't follow we got that little snippet. We got like the 30 seconds on die, and that was like the best they could do with all the footage they took because all of us used different loaders and the wrong pack. And
You like that pack?
yeah, oh yeah, carbon pack's sweet. It'd be awesome if we played M4 Pod, and then it would be perfect. It'd be so easy to load. You'd never have to worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
It would make everything so easy.
I'm wondering if we're gonna wear any more carbon stuff. Like, we obviously wore the base layers, but I wonder if we're gonna.
I'd love to wear all carbon gear.
Let's see, we're GI packs and pants and goggles. I wonder what it's gonna be next year.
I got the carbon pack, and it's awesome.
Sponsorships are always changing.
Yeah, maybe you won't even shoot Planet next year.
I don't see that. I see us staying with Planet.
You'll be shooting a shocker. Lux.
I don't know, man. It's all up to Rennick.
You never know. Anything's possible.
I've been fortunate enough to shoot Planet this entire time.
I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't. Like, it's one of those things, like, relationships get built, and then it's hard to, like, they don't just go away. You know, look at the teams that shoot MacDev, and look at the teams that shoot the Lux.
Well, even me personally have built a relationship with them.
Yeah. Just be like, well, you guys can shoot whatever you want, but I'm shooting my LVR.
Do you think it's ever going to come to that? I think
individual
I might have asked.
like
I might have
hockey?
asked you that before.
That's the way hockey works.
I thought about that too. I was like, what if I make a deal with Die or Planet or MacDev or whatever, and I sign a decent contract that makes me money, that I can make a living off of. Am I gonna have teams turn me down because I have a contract like that?
If you look at football, I don't think it really is that way. They all wear. And you can't look at any college sports because they wear whatever they're forced to wear.
Right.
By, like, you know, that school up north has Michael Jordan, or like they wear Nike stuff at Ohio State, or like places wear Under Armour, or like, you know, whatever. But if you look at like NHL hockey, the individual players, like the high end individual players, have deals. Mm-hmm. And like one guy will have Warrior, one guy will have CCM stuff on, one guy will have Bauer stuff on, and it's all the same. Like if you look at the Red Wings. It's all the same, like, color and color scheme and everything. But it's different brands. Colorway. It's all the same colorway. But different brands.
Yeah.
You know, this guy's Warrior, this guy's whatever, Sherwood, this guy's, you know, CCM, this guy's Bauer. And that's his individual endorsement contract with those companies. They're like, oh, well, Zdeno Chara, like, we want him using a Warrior stick. He's the slapshot champion of the world.
So, but does the team itself have a ground level?
Probably.
Hey,
yeah.
if you're a rookie coming in,
this is what you're getting.
Any kind of deals.
This is what you're getting. Yeah, I'm sure, 100%. And most of the players, that's probably what they're wearing, is the same old same. Like I would want to say it's probably CCM at. I thought it looks like it's CCM at the Red Wings, but it would surprise me that it wouldn't be like Warrior because Warrior's a Michigan company.
Really?
Warrior started out in lacrosse and then branched over into hockey. They make awesome sticks. I use their sticks, and they're so sweet.
You have a Chara stick, right?
Mm-hmm. I have the Chara sticks.
The Chara stick.
I literally have, like, Zdeno Chara's sticks.
I will crush you.
They swing very hard, make puck go.
Yeah, because you're a left-handed shot, too.
Uh-huh. I literally have, like, the sticks that they make for him. But I need that.
Yeah.
Got the VI, got the in, the
you guys
VIP
are the same.
in.
Are you taller than him?
6'9", we're the same. Like, the sticks developed for him are, like, perfect for me. Yeah. I would actually take them a little. I would prefer them to be a little stiffer, actually, almost.
What are they?
I think they're like They probably flex like 100-ish, but I think they list at like 107. But if they're extended out, I don't know how much that might be a true flex. I don't know what exactly it's listed.
Yeah.
But it all depends. Lower flex, I have a stick that I have an 85 flex Warrior that wrist shots come off of just ridiculously hot. Like, it's stupid. But then you can't take a slap shot with it. I just bow it right in half and break it.
So in your old man league, you can't take slap shots.
You can take slap shots.
Oh, you can?
As long as nobody's, like, not people in the way. You can take a slap shot on the goalie.
It's full gear and everything.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you don't have to wear full gear.
Well, I was gonna say I didn't know if guys go out there in like, sweatpants and.
I used to always wear sweatpants under the body. I never wore pants. Like for a while, I didn't wear any pants with it.
Are you all geared up?
I wear everything but elbow pads and shoulder. Or I wear everything but shoulder pads. I don't need shoulder pads. It's an old fart puck.
The puck's made of foam.
Yeah. No, it's a real puck. But.
All right, man. Well, I know we got to do some Christmas shopping.
Ooh.
Yeah, fun.
That'll be fun. Well, it's 6 o'clock.
Yeah, we'll get
go
you
fight
going.
the crowds.
Yeah.
I got to do some Christmas shopping.
No, I got to finish it up.
I was telling Tiff about what I got Tashi, and she thought it was pretty cool.
What'd you get?
Little secret thing. I got some like.
I don't think she listens to the
There's
podcast.
a company called Personalization Mall, and you can literally .com, and you can literally personalize like. There's like 1,000 different items you can get on there.
Did you get her an extra tall white T-shirt with your face spray
No, I thought
paintbrushed
that'd
on
be
it?
funny though.
Or a
You want to talk about
airbrushed
funny
on it?
pictures? So I have this friend. She lives down in Columbus, and she took pictures of. I don't know how she did it, but it's like for a Christmas card, and it's of her and her pug, and they're like smashing this pizza, and it looks like there's pizza all over the floor, and it's just I don't know. It's just hilarious. I was like, that's good. I get Christmas cards all the time. I'm like, I've never done a Christmas card.
You should do one.
It'd be fun. Meet like Bat, Nash, and Bella, and Tashi, and make a Christmas card and mail it out. I think I'm a little late for this year. Plus, I don't have anybody's addresses, so I don't know where I would send it to. I got email.
Send one out on Facebook.
I'll send one to Peterson Thermal clients. I'll just send Happy Holidays.
Hello.
Hello there.
Buy stuff.
Yeah. Please come call me and buy things.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. And Mark, we will see you on the flip side.
Playing on
podcast.
High five.
Later.
Out.
Woody woo woo woo! It's always a good conversation with my good friend Mark Schulte. Guy has a lot of knowledge coming in and has a lot of good input, I feel. And him and I have a lot of good conversations as the season goes on, and I love sitting down with them. But I think we brought up some really good points. And with everything that is coming out for the next season, I think the most interesting thing is going to be the bunkers, for sure. I don't really know how much they're going to change, if there is going to be any change at all to the BPS, to the regulation of the paint that you can carry on the field. I'm still voting for the 4-pod thing, but we'll see. I mean, it is what it is. We'll see. So another quick thank you to our sponsors, Dr. Paintball. That's drpaintball.com. Check them out if you're looking at a new marker or new paintball gear or used gear. You can find it all at drpaintball.com. Also, Charm City Paintball. He has the headgear of the planet. I mean, the best headgear all over the place. Check him out, Charm City Paintball. He has head wraps. He has headbands. He has pack bands that him and I have collaborated with. You can check them out, Charm City Paintball. And if you have any questions, tell him that Carl Markowski referred you. So, Charm City Paintball. Also brought to you by Carbon. And like I said, we have the thermal pods. We have backpacks coming out. We have jackets, shorts. In the future, I got some ideas that I wanted them to come out with. We'll see what happens. But make sure you check them out, carbonpaintball.com. If you have any questions at all about your team or about any of the product in general, you can contact myself, Carl at carbonpaintball.com. And if you know what you want, you just want to go to the website, then you can go to checkout and type in capital TPOP for the Playing On podcast for all the listeners out there, and you'll get 10% off. Pretty sweet. So thank you to Carbon. And last, to Planet Eclipse, the sweetest marker manufacturers on the planet. Pun. The LV1 series, the Geo, the CS1 series, the G-Tex, the E-Tex, the engineering behind everything, and the marketing, and the family of guys that is behind it and gals. is amazing. It's an amazing company, and I'm very proud and happy to say that I've been able to work with them over the years. So thank you to all the sponsors, and thank you to all of you, all of the listeners out there. If you guys have any content that you would like me to cover, or if you have any questions in general, or if you just want to drop a line and say hi, you can go ahead and do that. It's my Facebook is Carl Microwave Markowski. It's my athlete page, or you can get a hold of me on Instagram, Carl_Markowski, and go ahead and just message me, and I will, message as soon as I get it, and I try to be pretty quick on those things. So if you don't hear back from me within 4 to 5 days, there's something going on. But thank you everybody so much for listening over and over and over again. I cannot say it enough. Thank you so much. And we will see you again here soon on the Playing On Podcast. Peace. Peace, 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 peace.